Good morning, my friends. Welcome back. It is what's affectionately known in these parts as story time. Thank you, Lisa, for that title. I think it's actually rather cute. Story time, or otherwise known as Margarete Miller Collage assignment. So let me just start by flipping over my book. So we've just got the one page here. So I'm working on week 25, so I still haven't caught up, but let's move on from that. Prompts for today: a piece of map with ocean. So I have a piece of a National Geographic map here. A herb or other fragrant plant. I've got this little picture of chervil, which I don't actually know what it tastes like. I don't know if I've had it or not. But anyway, that's by and by. Something mechanical. I have this fun plane, which was... it's kind of a representation of the first plane from 1902. A piece of washi you really use. I've got this Happy Valentine's Day one. I don't think I've actually ever used it. I got it secondhand in a bundle from someone who is destashing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've never used it, but if I have, it classes as really used. A sticker or rub-on. I have these stickers here of bugs, and bonus anything from the grocery store. So let's get into this. First off, I think I have this, it's out of a supermarket mailer, and I want to base my story around these burgers, kind of. But you don't actually buy the burgers from the grocery store, you buy the burger patties. So I'm going to leave this image intact with the burgers, because otherwise it's kind of like, I feel like I'm cheating a little bit. Even though the burger patties are on the burgers, it's kind of a little bit of a stretch. The ice cream's also from the grocery store, but I don't know, for some reason the burgers just kind of spoke to me as the key thing here. So I'm just going to tear that edge off. Oops. Well, it's slightly slippery paper. So now that it's gone awry, I'm going to cut it with my scissors rather than fuss. No fussing needed. Haven't got time for fussing. Right. So I think do we need to take a bit off the top? I think we do need to take a bit off the edge. Like, do we take the top or the bottom? Probably doesn't really matter, but I'm just going to whip off the bottom. That one went a lot better. I was concentrating a bit more on holding it down. So that's going to go there. I think I'm just going to go ahead and glue it down, because I can't envisage anywhere else on the page that it's actually going to work for my story so that everything is kind of visible. So let's just glue this down, and then I can not fuss with it anymore, because it will be right stuck on the page, and if it's in the wrong place, we'll just work around it. We'll just make it work. So I hope you've had a fantastic week. What's your week been like? Mine turned out pretty busy. The first week of the month is always really busy for me, but this week has been extra busy. And as I'm recording this, I'm actually not quite halfway through it. It's Wednesday morning. So not quite halfway, and it's busy. But it's a good week. It is cold though. I'm literally freezing. I've got a woolly headband on to keep my ears and my head warm. Normally I don't wear it out in public because I don't think it really suits me. But I wore it out yesterday afternoon to do an errand, and the ladies thought it looked really nice. And I said, oh, but I don't think it suits me. And they says, no, it's fine. I don't know whether fine is a good word or not, but anyway, it kept me warm because it was really cold, so it helped. Okay, so this map, again, I need to have it sort of, maybe I need to lose just a bit of this border to start with. I need to make sure I'm not covering over bits that I want showing. Maybe this bit off the bottom as well. Don't need that text at the bottom. Oops, just got a little snip there that didn't appear properly. And like we've got this burger, so we could just have one burger showing, but I kind of like the idea of having both showing because again it's kind of part of the story. So I'm just going to tear this down a bit. And we need a bit more off because we don't want to cover over our burger patties at the bottom. Yeah, that's good. So we've got our burgers showing. Some of this is probably going to be covered up with other elements. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to glue the bottom part so that if I want to tuck anything under it, I can. I also must think about how I'm going to put my prompts in, because if you've watched all of my collage videos or the last lot of my collage videos, you'll see I've been forgetting on my prompts, what to do with my prompts, and it's kind of just been a last minute, oh well, we'll plonk it here. And I really should be thinking a bit more about it. So not quite sure on that yet. Don't let me forget, friends. I probably will, but I'm sharing the responsibility. If I forget, it's partly your fault because you didn't remind me. Isn't that mean? I'm so mean. Right, so our plane here, I am going to just give it a, not a fussy cut, but just a quick, not even a kiss cut. I'm just going to do a curvy cut around whipping around it. Just got some interesting curves going on. Okay, do I need this scrap? Well, I might actually keep these words and put them in my stash of found words, because that, if I ever go on a plane trip again, maybe we'll have use of that. Not planning any air travel, but you never know. Okay, so we've got our plane, and can you see there's actually a guy hanging on there, because there wasn't like a cockpit or a place for people to travel. He was just holding on to the wing. So we're gonna, I think, put that kind of up there. We've got our herb, which I'll just trim down a little. I'm not going to fussy cut this either. Just trim it down a little, and because that will help cover the background, is what it will do. Do I want the name of it there? Probably. So I think I'll keep the name of the herb and chop off the top of the herb, or will I just do this? Or how about we take a bit more off the top of the map, and then we can have the top of the herb and the name of it. Good thinking. Right, and then it's the sticker and the washi. Okay, so I think we can glue down. I'm wondering, do I want this as my pocket? I think so. That would work well as a pocket. So let's glue that in first. So just putting my fingers where I don't want the glue. Oops. There, and so tuck it in under there. So that's our wee prompt pocket as well. Cool. Then we can pop our plane up here. Story is coming, don't worry, it will come. Just want to get everything down. And then I'll explain how all these random pieces work together in my brain. And this one I actually found quite easy too. I don't know whether I was just in the zone or whether doing this every week and coming up with a story, it's just my brain's kind of snapped on to the idea and it's just like it's ready to go and it's like, yep, I can bang, bang, bang. This is the story. This is how it all goes together. Whoops, I put the herb up slightly higher than what I wanted, but that's okay. We'll just position the plane slightly differently so we still get all of our herb there. Okay, we can now glue this down. So we'll do that before we forget and have a floppy flappy bit. Like so. Right. Now we have sticker and washi tape. So I want the sticker over here somewhere and I'm looking at this really colourful butterfly or moth. I don't know which. We'll call it a butterfly because butterfly always kind of sounds prettier, doesn't it? Even though there's some stunning moths. We don't tend to put moths on our projects, we put butterflies, so we'll just call it a butterfly. It probably is a butterfly. These are like plasticky things, and it actually doesn't feel sticky on the back. So I'm going to have to use glue. I wonder if it's actually window decals. I got them from a junk store, so it was like partially used and, you know, no packaging or anything. Like those things that you stick on a window and they just kind of, they don't need to be sticky to stick to a window. I'm going to still go with it and call it a sticker because, like, honestly, it'll be fine. And I mean, it could be a sticker that's lost its stickiness. It's not, but it could be. Right, I don't want to interfere with my pocket here, so I'm just being careful where I place it. Okay, so there we go. There's our sticker of the colourful butterfly. I'm just going to trim down my prompt list. Let's use the guillotine just to make a nicer finish. Make sure it's straight, although I'm perfectly capable of making it crooked with a guillotine. Now, do I want to leave like a tabby bit on the end? No, I don't think so. Trim that down as well. Our pocket's not very deep, so we don't really need a tab on it. Right, so that's going to tuck in there. Cool, like that. Okay, so story time. I've still got the washi tape to put on. It's coming up to Valentine's Day, hence the Happy Valentine's Day. And our hero of the story is wanting to make a special meal for his darling, who he's going to propose to. He's going to propose to his dear girlfriend. And he's heard of this herb, chervil. Grows lots of places, but this one grows in this particular area of the United States. It's a national forest, and this herb grows there, but there's something really special about it. It's very special because there's this butterfly that lives in that region, and it's the only place it lives. So the herb grows everywhere, but this butterfly is only found in this national forest. And the butterfly pollinates the chervil, And there's something really unusual about this butterfly, that it changes the flavor, gives it a special flavor to the herb. It makes it incredible. And he's heard about this, and he wants to put that special herb, he wants to collect some and put it in the burgers that he's going to make for the meal for when he proposes. Now, you may think that burgers are kind of a bit lame for a proposal. Do you think that? Maybe. But let me tell you a wee bit of a personal story. Is when my husband and I started going out, or before we started going out, I was a widow and I had a load of firewood delivered that needed splitting, and the wood had come through the local youth group, and he was a member of the local youth group. And so he turned up one night, and I arrived home from, I think, work or somewhere, and found him in my backyard splitting up the wood for me. And that was pretty cool. And we spent the rest of that night chatting on the couch, after he'd split the wood, and we got hungry, and he went out and he bought us dinner, which was burgers. He bought us burgers for dinner, and we sat and ate them on the couch and chatted all night. And that was really cool. But what preceded that was I had my eye on him for a little bit, and there'd started to be a few interactions through the youth group and everything. And I was wondering about him, and I had sent up a little prayer, a fleece. If you know your biblical stories, you'll know about the fleece, laying a fleece before the Lord. And I had put a little fleece before the Lord saying, if this man is one I should marry, let him buy me a meal. So the burgers were a really important part of my husband and my story. What I didn't know is that he had also put a fleece before the Lord saying that if I was the right woman for him to marry, that I would buy him flowers. And so I didn't know this, and this was on the Wednesday when we had the burgers, and on the Friday I just felt to send him roses to work. So I think I sent him a single rose, and I sent it to him at work. And so both of our fleeces, and like within a week, had been answered, and neither of us knew that we'd actually done this. So it may seem like a lame meal, but for me personally, it's a really important part of the romance between me and my husband. So he wants to make burgers for his girlfriend as part of the proposal, but he wants to make them extra special with this really great herb that's pollinated by the butterfly. And the plane? Well, the plane, he can't afford a plane ticket because, he's got to pay out some dosh for a diamond ring for his girlfriend if he's going to propose. So he finds an old plane, and that's how he gets to this region to find the herb. So bit of a stretch on the plane maybe, but it works. I'm going to say it works. So I'm going to just take off this day bit here because I don't want just day at the beginning there. And I think I want the whole strip that says Happy Valentine's Day with the pink hearts. So what do you think of this story? For me, it's kind of feels quite special because it's got a personal kind of tie-in, which I think is really fun. So I think across there. And this got fakeaways up the top. I don't want the fakeaways. So I'm just going to put maybe the Happy Valentine's part without the day over that, and maybe just do it kind of on a slant to cover over that fakeaways piece. And then again, I don't want the day, so we'll just cut the day off and discard it, and let's just go with the pink hearts, or maybe the pink hearts and happy, because he's happy, he's excited. and he's willing to go to the ends of the earth, kind of, because this is right up close to Alaska. Ends of the earth for his intended. All right, where do I want this piece? Maybe right under him, because he's on the plane. There he is on the plane, on his way to get this special chervil to put on the burger. I don't even know if chervil is something you would pair with a burger, but we're going to say it is. Okay, so we have all our prompts. We have piece of map with ocean, a herb, something mechanical, pieces of washi tape that I don't think I've ever used, but if not, it's definitely rarely used, sticker or rub-on or equivalent, and the bonus something from a grocery store. Okay, that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the story. You know, sometimes I do stretch things a little bit to make them fit, but in my brain it works. You know, it's a bit of fun. Nothing too serious. Thanks for joining me. I hope you have a absolutely brilliant weekend. Make it a fun one, and I'll see you again very soon. I hope you can join me for the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.